Ann Ussery, who lived in Benoist, Mississippi, had a beautiful plot of land, complete with a mobile home and a stand by a stunning lake surrounded by tall trees. However, she had a unique dream, one that many people wouldn't have considered. Joanne bought an old plane to live in, and what happened next is truly incredible. Joanne had lived on her land for some time, but a major problem arose when an ice storm completely destroyed her mobile home, leaving it beyond repair. This was not only her home, but also where she worked as a beautician, making the loss even more difficult. She now faced the challenge of finding a new place to live and work. Joanne searched everywhere for a new mobile home, but she also longed for more space than she was accustomed to. While discussing the issue with her family, her brother-in-law came up with an unconventional suggestion. Instead of getting another mobile home, why not consider something much larger? As an air traffic controller, he was working at the local airport, and something had just come in that could be perfect for Joanne's new home. It was a large plane, a Boeing 727, the first of its kind that worked in the Continental Airlines fleet. The plane with the serial number 19,510 had been in service for the airline from May 1968 to September 1993, when it was retired. But then in 1994, when this conversation between Joanne and her family took place, the plane was moved from where it was stored to Greenwood, Mississippi, and it was set to be stripped for parts. This was an incredible opportunity for Joanne. The plane was large, and it would be really well insulated. A plane couldn't go up in the harsh conditions of high altitudes without being properly insulated and protected. This also a plane would be able to withstand harsh conditions. No ice storm would have any impact, and that sounded like a really good deal to Joanne. She decided she would go for it. It was going to be a lot of work and probably won't be as affordable as just buying a mobile home, but it would be hers, and it would be really special. She paid $2,000 for the plane, but this was not a camper that she could just pull to her land with a truck. She would need a removal company to move it. This cost her $4,000. That doesn't seem cheap by 1994 standards. At the same time, this was for a home to live in, and $6,000 doesn't sound too much for that. Still, by the time the plane came to her home, it still just looked like a plane. It had all the chairs still inside, and it was going to be a massive endeavor to make it a home. First, they put the plane in its chosen spot. It was going on the same cement block where her mobile home used to stand, but the plane was going to look a lot more spectacular. They positioned it over the lake, making it look like it was taking off. The room that used to be the cockpit looks over the water and has a really pretty view. And since Joanne has made it a really special room, it is one of the coolest in her home, but more on that later. There were things that she had contractors come out to do. These were the things that would be dangerous if you don't do it right. She paid people to do the plumbing, heating, and also electrical elements to make sure that they were all done safely. But there was also a lot of stuff that she could do on her own. They had to pull out all the chairs to create different rooms and make space for furniture. Then, they placed new flooring right through the plane. However, this was one home that would never have an issue with storage. She kept the overhead luggage compartments and used them as storage space. There were also some other plane features that she kept to maintain the unique character of her home. The cockpit control wheels were kept and became a cool feature that Joanne's grandchildren would play with. She also kept the rear air stairs, but combined them with a garage door opener to open and close the door. And then she used that as the main entrance to her house. It is a very special way to get home and not one you would see every day. With all the windows in the plane, the home was filled with light, and that made the home bright and lovely. Joanne wanted more space, and that is definitely what she got. She had to spend around $24,000 on the renovations and the changes that she created in her home. That sounds like a lot, but it created a special space with everything that you would need in a home. The space was divided into a 3-bedroom home, and with kids and grandchildren coming to visit, Joanne could really use those extra bedrooms. The home also kept one of the plane lavatories. But then Joanne created an awesome luxury bathroom in the cockpit. There was a great bathtub in front of the cockpit, and taking a bath while looking out at the pond must have been a pretty awesome experience. Joanne added a hot tub to her bathroom for ultimate relaxation, and the home featured a spacious kitchen, living and dining areas, and even a laundry room with a washing machine. As she described it, the house had everything she ever dreamed of. They installed a telephone line, air conditioning for comfort, and a dishwasher and oven in the kitchen. Although it took a lot of time, money, and effort, especially since Joanne did most of the work herself, it was all worth it. Her home became a place she adored, and her friends and family enjoyed visiting the unique spot just as much as she did. Joanne shared that her grandchildren loved coming to visit her in her plane home. They could run through the entire plane and play. They also loved taking baths in the cockpit and playing with the control wheels of the plane while they played in the bath. She also gave some amazing parties on the plane. Her friends loved coming on board to have some fun. These parties created a vibe as if they were back in time when air travel was at the height of luxury. The only thing missing from parties, according to Joanne, it was just that there weren't any air hostesses to come around and serve their drinks. All in all, the plane was 27 years old when it got a new life, and Joanne said that it was the best home in the world. Joanne was thrilled with her new home, but things soon took a sad turn. She had big plans for the plane conversion and decided to take it to another location, opening it up to the public due to the growing interest. Once again, they arranged for movers to relocate the home, but this time, things went wrong. The plane fell off the truck and was damaged, a devastating setback that shocked Joanne, her family, and all the people who had been following her journey. Would she ever recover from this disaster? What happened next was nothing short of incredible. Joanne was never one to accept defeat easily. Joanne was determined to come back stronger. In several interviews, she shared her plans for the future, revealing how the joy of converting the plane inspired her to take on a bigger project. This time, she set her sights on converting a Boeing 747, envisioning a second story where she could create her dream master bedroom. With such a bold vision, it's clear that Joanne was ready to turn her dreams into reality. I'm really keen to know your thoughts on this story, so please don't hesitate to share your insights in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and found it engaging, I invite you to subscribe to our channel for more similar content. Feel free to share this video. Take good care of yourselves, and I'm excited to connect with you in our future videos.